Good morning, everyone. My name is Alicia Bradley, and I just wanted to share with you the good word this morning of how God just ministers through us through this life. And I know that right now you're going through the COVID-19 and you're saying, what are you revealing to me? What are you trying to tell me? What do I have to do? Live. But what we have to remember that we have to put ourselves in prayer, in love, and speak life through others. And sometimes that could even be really hard as you're living this epidemic. But what God reveals to me is this morning that there's a period of my life where I went through several addictions. And as you are in an addiction, you don't realize that you're living through that addiction. But what God put in my heart is that we have to meditate within ourselves to have a better understanding. So if you're at home sitting down and you're saying, what does this mean for my life? We have to meditate and put it at works with God and speak life through us. And how do we do that within our own home? How do we encourage ourselves? How do we make ourselves steady pace? Well, there's an easy answer, and it's called your Bible. God gave us this beautiful instrument to not only fight off the enemy, but to bring you truth of life, because isolation is real and it's happening and we are living it. But what God has revealed to me is through like that addiction that we become very ignorant at that time because our consciousness is not there. Well, when we're in our living room, that's how we become unconscious, unaware of the things that we are doing to ourselves. And I'll share a little quick story. One of my cousins right now, she's in jail, and she's my little sister actually. She lived with us. She got raised with us, and Pastor Miles said a very interesting testimony. One of his sermons, he says, "We were one of the lucky ones, but some were not lucky." And I believe that my cousin is that unlucky one. But us keeping that isolation and not meditating ourselves at that time that it happened, imagine how our life would have been if we would have been meditating with this beautiful book here of truth, of words of encouragement. So as you're living that time, and I know that it feels like incarceration, like my cousin, I know that she's not enjoying it. And I know that I'm not enjoying it watching her living through that trial. But what I could tell you is that God speaks truth. And the only way for us to learn truth is by reading the word. And so join a D group and R group, something that will encourage you. Get some sisters of Christ that will make you stronger in the word. Grab your husband's hand and pray with him, and speak about God, and grab your kids' hands and speak about life. And sometimes in isolation, we feel like, that bondage is gone, but it's there. And I know that it's really hard right now. And I know that when I come home from the hospital and I don't want my mind focused here at my house. Sometimes I want it to be gone, and sometimes it needs to be through Christ. So lay that Bible next to you, lay it in front of you, and just meditate in God. So coming back to the story, my life changed. God gave me opportunity. I was one of those lucky ones that through my addiction, I was lucky that I did not get caught up in that incarceration. So what God is telling me is that this is just a part of how He gives us some protection, but I really believe that what this has built is testimony now for others. So I just want to say, so what I want to say is a prayer to renew your mind. Help me, Lord, to always be steadfast under trial and preserve when tempted, for I have passed the test and been approved. I will receive the victory of the crown of life which you have promised of those who love you. James 1:12. So what I want to say is that this trial that you go, meditate with God. Figure out what He's trying to tell you. You have a good, blessed morning, and I haven't forgot you, family. I've been very busy at work, and maybe I could share another testimony another day. Have a blessed day.